Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. And it's for Thursday, the 9th of November, which is the 20th of Cheshvan. Here we go. Today we're starting a new unit, and that is, generally we have a law in the Torah called Bechuko Sehem Lo Selechu. Don't follow the ways of the non-Jews around you. Now, certainly, we have to know how to apply that rule. You and I wear shoes, and the non-Jews around us wear shoes, so we don't have to discount everything that they do. They wear glasses and I wear glasses. So, and specifically, we want to know about how to apply this to when you write stuff on your checks or your anything that you're working on, and you write the date and you write 2017. Well, everybody knows that 2017 is from the life of Jesus, and that's mentioning another religion. So, is it okay for a Jew to write 2017 on his check or on his form or whatever he's filling out? So let's study that. We won't even complete it today, but we'll begin it. Let's go back to finding out how it always worked. So in the earliest Jewish writings, we will find that long before Jesus ever existed, when people wanted to count what year they were in, the Jews used to count from Yetzias Mitzrayim, from when they left Egypt. So they would say something like, in the 75th year since we left Egypt. That was one way that Jews counted, and that was certainly a Jewish reference. It was the reference to our great exodus from Mitzrayim. That's the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah, right at the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, discusses that as an appropriate way for a Jew to date things. At times, we find writings where non-Jewish years were used. They did that to placate the controlling nations that were censoring everything that they wrote, and so they wrote, in the year such and such of this non-Jewish king. And the Gemara in Gittin says that, and that was considered okay at the time, but that's when the non-Jewish controlling nations were censoring everything that the Jews wrote, and then they did write in the year such and such of that king, and even if he wasn't a Jewish king. So that's another reference. Also, we find all over the place that Jews counted from the creation of the world, and so they would say things like 5778, as you often hear now. That's a very appropriate way for a Jew to count. Okay, so what about writing 2017? How bad is that? There is one opinion from the Maharam Shik. He is one of the great authorities, and said he considered it very serious, and said it's like worshiping another god because you're mentioning Jesus. And he said not to do it, and he said it was a biblical prohibition. And he considered it very strong, and he tried never to write 2017. He lived long before our age, but he would not write the secular date the way everyone writes it today. But he is a lone opinion, and not all rabbis hold like him. The Gemara, way back from almost 2,000 years ago, and the Rishonim from about 1,000 years ago, never mentioned it as don't date things according to other people or other religions. So only the Maharam Shik so far, as we're studying, is saying that it's a bad thing to do. The Rambam, let's continue in our study of this, and we're not going to complete it today. The Rambam in the laws of Avodah Zarah, the laws about not worshiping other gods, says don't follow their actions, their philosophies, and their understandings. So any practice that non-Jews do for idol worship would for sure be considered prohibited. The question is whether writing 2017 is considered like a prohibited idolatrous practice. We have clear writings from some very prominent rabbis who did write secular dates at the top of their letters. They were people like the Chavos Yair, the Ramah, the Chassam Sofer. They were seen to have written letters that included secular dates on top of them. And as we close out today, with more coming tomorrow, that the Be'er Moshe was known to, he wasn't like anxious to write something like 1880. Instead, he would just write 80 and felt like that wasn't fully referring to the full date. And that's one way, meanwhile, for the meantime, until we finish this study, that writing 17 instead of 2017 would be avoiding the problem somewhat. But we haven't concluded yet, and we're going to continue to inform you on this topic over the next couple of days. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.